Hello friend, I Lokanya Devangan, Assistant Professor of Sri Rawatpura Sarkar Institute of Pharmacy. I welcome to all our YouTube channel SRIP EduFarm. In this video, I want to discuss about limit test of different ions, and the topic covered the limit test of chloride, sulfate and iron. So let's start the topic. Firstly, I introduce what is impurity. Any material that affects the purity of material is called as impurity. Impurity means undesirable particle which is present in the pharmaceutical substances, may produce toxic effects on the body and may also lower down the active strength of the pharmaceutical substances. Impurity commonly in chemical substances include a small quantity of inorganic ions like lead, arsenic, iron, chloride and sulfate. Pharmacopoeia does not prescribe any numerical value of limit test for chloride, sulfate and iron because limit test is generally based on simple comparison of appearances, turbidity or color intensity between the test and standard solution, which are prescribed according to pharmacopoeia. So let's start our main topic. What is limit test? As per definition, limit tests are quantitative and semi-quantitative tests designed to identify and control a small quantity of impurity which are likely to be present in the substances. The extent of impurities present can be estimated by comparing visible reaction response of the test and standard solution. The important parameters involved in limit test is first turbidity, second one is appearances and third is color intensity. These parameters are used for comparison with standard solution. There are three main factors which affect the limit test. First is specificity of the test. It means the test gives some form of selective reaction with the trace impurities or ion. Next, sensitivity. The degree of sensitivity required in the limit test is varies according to the standard of purity. Means the extent of turbidity or appearances or color produced is influenced by presence of other impurity present in the substances. Next is control of personal error. It means the error arises due to analysis. The basic principle involved in limit test of chloride is based on reaction of soluble chloride with silver nitrate in presence of dilute nitric acid to produce silver chloride precipitate, which appear as appearances in the solution, and the appearances produced is compared with standard appearances produced from known amount of chloride. For performing limit test of chloride, take two Nesler cylinders labeled as test and standard. In first Nesler cylinder labeled as test, transfer a specific amount of compound is dissolved in water and solution is prepared as directed in pharmacopoeia. In next Nesler cylinder labeled as standard, take 1 ml of standard solution, that is 0.058% weight by volume of sodium chloride solution. Then in both the Nesler cylinder add 1 ml of nitric acid and diluted up to 50 ml with water. After that add 1 ml of silver nitrate solution and keep aside both the nozzle cylinder for 5 minutes and observe the occlurences produced in solution and compared with standard solution. How to observe limit test of chloride? The occlurences produced in sample solution should not be greater than standard solution. If occlurences produced in sample solution is less than the standard solution, the sample will pass the limit test, and if it is more than the standard, it fails the test. What is reason behind using nitric acid in limit test of chloride? Because nitric acid makes solution acidic and helps silver chloride precipitate to make solution turbid at the end of process. This is procedure for limit test of chloride, which is discussed in earlier slide. Generally, the limit test of chloride is used to control the amount of chloride as an impurity in inorganic substances. The principle involved in limit test of sulfate is based on the reaction of soluble sulfate with barium chloride in presence of dilute hydrochloric acid to form barium sulfate precipitate, which observe as turbid in the solution. For performing limit test of sulfate, take 2 nozzle cylinders same as limit test of chloride and labeled as standard and test. In first nozzle cylinder labeled as test, transfer specific amount of compound is dissolved in water and solution is prepared as directed in pharmacopoeia. In second nozzle cylinder labeled as standard, take 1 ml of 0.108% weight by volume potassium sulfate solution. Then in both the nozzle cylinder add 2 ml dilute hydrochloric acid and diluted up to 45 ml with water. Further, in both the nozzle cylinder, add 5 ml barium sulfate reagent and keep aside for 5 minutes and observe the turbidity produced in sample and compared with standard solution. How we observe the limit test of sulfate? The observation is based on comparison of turbidity is done by comparing turbidity of test solution with standard turbidity obtained from a known amount of sulfate. For this purpose, the turbidity produced in sample solution should not be greater than standard solution. If turbidity produced in sample solution is less than the standard solution, the sample will pass the limit test of sulfate. If it is greater than the standard solution, the sample fails the limit test of sulfate. The limit test of sulfate is generally designed to determine the limit of sulfate contained in a sample. This is procedure for limit test of sulfate discussed in earlier slide. Reason behind using chemicals and reagent in limit test of sulfate. Now, the barium chloride test solution in the IP has been replaced by barium sulfate reagent, which is having barium chloride, sulfate-free alcohol and a solution of potassium sulfate. Potassium sulfate has been added in test to increase the sensitivity of the test by giving ionic concentration in the reagent. Hydrochloric acid is added just to make the solution acidic, and alcohol helps to prevent supersaturation. Limit test for iron. The basic principle involved in limit test of iron is based on the reaction of iron in ammonical solution with thioglycolic acid in presence of citric acid to form iron thioglycolate complex, which produces pale pink to deep reddish purple color in alkaline media. The color produced by test solution is compared with standard iron solution. Here ferric ammonium sulfate is used as standard iron solution. For performing limit test of iron, take two Nesler cylinder labeled as test and standard. In first Nesler cylinder labeled as test, transfer a specific amount of sample dissolved in water and then volume made up to 40 ml. In second Nesler cylinder labeled as standard, take 2 ml of standard solution of iron diluted up to 40 ml with water. Then both Nesler cylinder add 2 ml of 20% weight by volume iron-free citric acid and also add 2 drops of thioglycolic acid. Further add ammonia solution to make solution alkaline and adjust the volume up to 50 ml with water. Then stand for 5 minutes and observe the color intensity virtually and compared with standard solution. Observation. In limit test of iron, the observation is done by comparing color intensity of test solution with standard solution. In limit test of iron, the purple color produced in sample solution should not be greater than standard solution. If purple color produces in sample solution is less than the standard solution, the sample will pass the limit test of iron and vice versa. Means the intensity of color produced by sample is less than that of standard solution color. It passes the test. If the color is more than the standard solution, the sample fails the limit test of iron. The precaution must be taken during limit test of iron. The color develops only in alkaline media. It is unstable in presence of air due to oxidation to the ferric compound. Therefore, color should be compared immediately after time allowed for development of color is over. This is step-wise procedure for limit test of iron discussed in earlier slide. The point must be noted during performing limit test of iron is all the reagent used in the limit test for iron should themselves be iron free. Reason behind using different chemicals and reagent in limit test for iron. First, citric acid forms soluble complex with metal cations and prevent the precipitation of iron with ammonia by forming complex with iron as iron citrate. Second, thioglycolic acid helps to oxidize ferrous iron to ferric iron. Third, ammonia is used just to make solution alkaline because the purple color is developed only in alkaline media. The color is not produced in acidic media because ferrous thioglycolate complex decomposes in high acidic media, so ammonia solution is used. Thank you for watching the video. Stay home and save life.